Buying and selling turnips is hands down the most efficient way of making bells in Animal Crossing New Horizons. And no, that number you're seeing right now is not a mirage. Did you know it's actually possible to closely predict what your prices will be each week? In this video, I'll share all the secrets of buying and selling turnips in Animal Crossing New Horizons. And we're starting right now. People of the internet, Retro Raconteur here, your guide to family-friendly content in the world of video games. We stream over on Twitch every Monday and Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern, and the stream you're watching right now is when those Nook boys were buying turnips on my island for a whopping 619 bells. I opened up my island for a few hours so folks could come by and sell their turnips for huge profits. To be honest with you, when I started playing New Horizons, I had no idea the prices could go that high. So today I'd like to share with you 5 tips to maximize your turnip profits. If you're new here and enjoy this video, please consider subscribing as it really helps to grow the channel, and don't forget to hit that thumbs up button before you go. Number 1, know when and where to buy turnips. After you unlock Nook's Cranny, turnips will be sold every Sunday starting at 4 a.m. all the way until noon. The trick is they're sold by a vendor named Daisy May who spawns in a random spot on your island. You should actually get a letter from Daisy May once your Nook's Cranny shop is open. Once Sunday at 4 a.m. rolls around, she'll appear on your island. She won't go into any of your homes or buildings, but will walk around a bit, and it's very easy to pass her by if she's behind a tree or another building. You'll want to make sure you clear out your pockets before you talk to her if you're planning to buy a lot of turnips. And let's be honest, you should definitely buy as many as you can, so long as you can spare the bells. After you locate her, talk to her and find out what prices the turnips are selling for. They'll come in stacks of 10 and cost between 90 and 110 bells per turnip. As long as you're able to follow this guide, it really shouldn't matter what price they're selling for. Now, some guides will tell you not to buy them if they're over 100, but if you're feeling apprehensive about buying turnips even when they're a high price, don't worry. The final tip in this video will make sure you never lose any bells. And remember, turnips must be sold the same week they're purchased. So that means each Saturday evening is your deadline to sell. If any of your turnips aren't sold by Sunday morning, they'll spoil and become completely worthless. Unless you still need to catch a fly or ant, which is really the only use of a spoiled turnip. Number 2, store your turnips. So unlike most items in the game, turnips can't be placed in your house's storage. Instead, you'll need to find a place to drop them. Really, any room in your house will do. Now, some people have a lot of furniture and prefer to store the turnips outside instead. You can certainly drop them on the ground as long as you aren't worried about someone else on your island nabbing them from you. Other players prefer to bury their turnips, which takes a little more time because of the digging. However, it does keep all the turnips from cluttering up your island. You could even create a special fenced-off section just for holding your turnips each week. Number 3, check your prices daily. Tommy and Timmy will buy turnips any day of the week except for Sunday. You can sell during their regular business hours of 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. The trick here is that prices will change. You'll have an initial price when they open at 8 a.m. and then a new price at 12 p.m. I strongly advise you not to time travel when you have turnips. You risk them being spoiled and you'd lose all the bells you put in. So even if you miss a price check at Nook's Cranny, don't be tricked into time traveling to check on a missed price. Now, the range for buying turnips we mentioned as being between 90 and 110 bells. For selling your turnips, I've heard of them going as low as 9 bells and as high as 660 bells. In fact, here from the very beginning of this video, you saw on my island they were going for 619 bells. So don't panic if your first couple of days are lower than you'd hoped. And that leads us to number 4, identify your pattern. In Animal Crossing New Horizons, your turnip selling prices will actually follow one of 4 patterns. Folks in the Animal Crossing community refer to these as the small spike, large spike, decreasing, and fluctuating. Now stay with me here because I promise there's an easy way to do this. With the small spike pattern, you'll be looking for a decreasing trend followed by 3 moderate increases in a row. And by moderate, we mean between 20 and 40 bells. If this happens, you can expect the next price change, which would be a 4th straight increase, to be an even bigger increase, and that's when you should sell. The large spike is similar to the small spike, except it's the 3rd price jump you'll be watching. But how do you know if it's different from the small spike? As we mentioned before, small spikes usually have those 3 jumps between 20 and 40 bells. If your third jump is bigger than a 40 bell jump, chances are you have the large spike and you should probably sell. Confused yet? Wouldn't it be great if there was a website out there to track your price changes and let you know which pattern you most likely have? It just so happens there are multiple sites that do this. I actually prefer one called Turnip. On this site, you'll want to input as much information as you can, even your turnip purchase price, as apparently it has some impact behind the scenes on which pattern you get. I've been using the site for several weeks now and have found it to be fairly reliable and accurate. As you input the daily price changes, Turnip Profit will let you know which pattern is most likely for the week. It will even give you a range of prices you can expect to see. I'll definitely be linking this one down in the description below because it's an incredibly valuable tool for mastering the stalk market. Now, as for the fluctuating trend, it's pretty self-explanatory. It's mostly random, although the prices usually seem to range between 40 and 200 bells. The decreasing pattern is by far the worst. Your prices will start low and continue down the entire week. But wait, didn't I say early in the video I could guarantee you won't lose your bells? That's where number 5 comes in. If all else fails, visit a friend. Your biggest ace in the hole when it comes to selling turnips is you can sell them on another island. It doesn't have to be on your own island. Now, even if you don't have any friends who play Animal Crossing, there are multiple websites out there dedicated to this. There's the AC Turnip subreddit, the Turnip Exchange subreddit, and a Turnip Exchange website, and many more. I'll link those 3 down in the description below. And hey, if all else fails, you can always hit me up on Twitch and check my turnip prices for the week. I can't wait to hear from you guys how much you're making with these tips, so let me know down in the comments below, and if you have any questions at all, I'll be happy to answer them. That's going to be it for today's video. I'll talk to you again soon.